Welcome to the Road to the HomeOwnership podcast. I'm Anthony Rijos, a longtime loan officer here in Western New York. And today I'm joined with Leah Kruger, right?
Yes.
From Metro Roberts Real Estate Company. And she's a brand new agent. Brand new agent, and who got into real estate early this year. And we're going to be talking to her a little bit about what she thought the business was going to be like. What is it like now, and what kind of surprises that she's experiencing, what kind of things she's learning right now in real estate. And I think this is a great episode to kind of get a feel of that. But before we go into all that stuff, tell me, hey, from Western New York, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. I'm from Angola, right on the lake. I always say if people don't know where it is, I just say the beach. Or usually Mickey Rats is a good indicator of where I'm from.
Yeah.
Went to Eden as a kid, Eden schools. We moved literally a few miles down the road. Then I did high school at Lake Shore. I did 4 years at Canisius College. So Southtowns, born and raised, college in Western New York, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So what did you do before real estate?
A few different things. I have always been in restaurant industry since I was a kid. My grandparents owned a restaurant growing up, and then I've always stayed with it. And then also my first big girl job that I had last year was a recruiting job. So I started off primarily just doing the recruiting portion for manufacturing businesses, construction companies, stuff like that. And I think we quickly realized that I am not someone that can do an 8 to 5 sitting at a desk taking phone calls all day. I have to be on my feet. I'm really high energy, especially in my work field. So they kind of brought me into the sales portion of it. So doing outside sales specifically, I would go with this guy, John, that worked there. Shout out, John. He showed me everything I know about sales, but we would go to, walk into manufacturing sites and talk to the HR or the manager, whoever was in charge of hiring, and sell the service of, hey, we can find your staff for you, better staff, people that are going to want to stick around long term. We'll make the process easy for you. We take care of the payroll. It's like a temp to hire service. Yeah. So after 3 months, they get hired on. We can also do the higher end roles, all that good stuff. So that was my first real job. And I quickly realized I loved being on my feet and I loved talking to people on a professional level. And I couldn't sit at a desk and I couldn't have a conventional schedule of 8 to 5, you know. So I loved the portion of me getting to take clients out to lunch, stopping by, dropping off goodies, saying, hey, thank you for using our service. I loved the whole client appreciation side of it. So, after a little over a year in that industry, I quickly kind of realized, okay, this isn't for me, but I took parts of it of what I did like, which was, like I said, talking to people, unconventional schedule, being on my feet, that side of it. I'm like, what career has all of this?
Real estate.
So that's why I'm here. Yeah.
That's why you're here. So
yeah.
What was that first time, got real estate on your radar? Because you thought about real estate. What was that catalyst? It's like, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing.
So it was super random. I had never thought about real estate my whole life. I knew a few people in it, but I had never really asked questions about it. And honestly, in my recruiting position, I would sit down and interview people face to face, and I would ask them what their history was. And there were a couple of people that had came through and said that they do real estate mostly on the side. And I'm like, what does that mean? And what does that entail? And why is there so many people doing it? And, whether they're doing it full time or part time. And so I started to look into it. I'm like, okay, this is something that I feel like I would really enjoy. Yeah. So I kind of just one day it clicked in my head and I went and signed up for real estate school.
So you signed up for real estate school right before you signed up, right before you did any stuff. What did you think real estate was going to be about?
Well, I feel like everyone sees the Netflix shows, the Selling Sunset shows, and they think it's this constantly going out to lunches and this fabulous, luxurious lifestyle. But it's actually a lot of hard work that people don't see behind the scenes, especially as a new agent. Right now, I'm in like my full-blown marketing era of my real estate. I'm really just trying to let everyone know, hey, I'm in real estate. So that's everything from physically passing out your cards to emailing people to catching up with old friends. And there's a lot that goes into it to really start your business. It's not just showing up at a social event, having a few glasses of champagne and thinking your business is going to take off.
Yeah. So what kind of things you thought would be easy?
I think I had heard stories of people starting and they all of a sudden have done 20 transactions in the first month. And I was like, okay, like that's going to be me. But I think something to consider is I started in a very dead zone in real estate in the midst of January. Yeah. So that was a big, it just really threw me off. So probably that. I really thought that it was going to be like super fast paced right off the bat. And I know everything has its time and place, and I know the universe will allow things to happen as it comes. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of been the big.
Yeah. January, fourth quarter, first quarter, typically in Western New York has been very slow. Mm-hmm. And a bunch of years, it was not the norm. We were all busy during that time. And it kind of, I guess, reverted back to how it used to be. Mm-hmm. And you just happen to be jumping in during that time, and you're like, oh man, nothing's happening, right?
Yeah.
But it takes time, right? What kind of things you thought that was going to be easy? What kind of things you like, oh, this is kind of hard?
Maybe building trust, but I don't think trust comes easy. So say if I'm hosting an open house for another agent, when you meet someone, obviously you want to build some sort of relationship off the bat, ask personal questions. But I think taking that and making it into a transaction of some sort is the hard part. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of work that goes into building trust naturally. Yeah. And I think some people think it comes easy, but it really does take time to build a client relationship with someone. And selling and buying a house is such a huge process that I don't expect someone to meet me at an open house and be like, yeah, here we go. Yeah. Let's do it,
Yeah, I think in anything in life, if you, especially in real estate, right? Someone who's looking to purchase a home, what is the first thing people do? Go online, right?
Yeah.
And they do all this research and they think they know everything, right?
Yeah.
And they come to see you. And I always feel like if you show someone or tell someone one thing they just didn't know, you gain somewhat trust with them. Mm-hmm. And then if you deliver and you're there for them and everything else like that, you kind of build that trust and you can kind of go on from there, right?
Yeah.
I think that's just...
Yeah.
I guess we're not rocket scientists. We're just really trying to help people, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, okay, so now you're in real estate mm-hmm. for some few months. Mm-hmm. You have your first client now.
Yeah.
What has been a surprise? Like, oh man, I was very surprised to learn about this industry.
Well, I think two things. I'll start with the positive one. I thought the industry would be a lot more catty because it's so highly competitive. I think someone said there's over 3,800 agents in Western New York.
It's extremely competitive.
Yes. But while there is some people who are maybe catty in this industry, I have found people in the real estate industry to be more than welcoming and more than willing to help and answer questions for you. I feel like I've made genuine friends already.
Yeah.
As far as other agents, I mean, I have a great mentor, but even people who aren't my mentors are willing to step in and help me. Like I'm sitting down tomorrow with another very seasoned agent that is just sitting down with me for an hour to teach me. So that's been a huge surprise in the best way possible.
Surround yourself with people, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. This industry could be very interesting. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing this for many years here. And there's a lot of people who are willing to help. Mm-hmm. You just have to find those people. Yeah. But there's also a lot of people who are snakes.
Yeah.
Right? And you're going to have to kind of, and one of those things I tell a lot of agents coming in first time, just be careful. Mm-hmm. There's some people there that might take advantage of your kindness sometimes, or they might take advantage of something because it's a transaction. I think anytime you're dealing with money, mm-hmm. I think people start losing the sight of we're here to service people, and they're just chasing that dollar instead 100%. Of helping the client, right?
Yeah, and that kind of like brings me to my second point of something huge that I learned is, actually Brandon taught me this, that this is a very karmic industry. Everything you do, there is a consequence. So the energy you put in, whether that be positive or negative, always comes back in some form. And I kind of took that as a good thing. I'm like, I feel like I always am filling other people's cups and, tend to bring a positive energy to my work environment. So the goal is that hopefully it's karmic debt is paid and it comes back.
Yeah. I don't think anyone wants to work with somebody who just walks around like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel a lot of Buffalonians do that when the Bills don't make the Super Bowl?
Oh my God.
I just had to throw that out there.
I'm one of them. Yeah. And it's hard to stay positive when the weather is like this. I mean, we have a little bit of sun today, but I think you want, as an agent, someone that's going to be energetic and excited to do something for you. And I think that's like maybe a pro of using a new agent like me is I wake up and I'm ready to go get them.
Yeah.
And I just have this sparkle in my eye. I didn't a year ago, and I'm just like ready to go.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What's very rewarding so far in this industry that you experience?
I think maybe just, so I've been doing a lot of helping out with other agents as far as taking people on showings. And a lot of agents are in Florida right now, in their off season, which good for them. So I think seeing the process of taking people through different homes and kind of learning what other people like and what they don't like, because what's important to me is not important to other people.
Yeah.
There was this couple I was just walking through yesterday, and they're really big on having a dining room. And that's so funny because to me, I would never even care to think about a dining room. It's not a big deal to me. But I think that's been rewarding, is seeing people narrow down and get really close to the house that they want to move into, because it is a really big deal.
What are you learning about consistency and discipline in this industry?
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's the biggest part of being a great real estate agent.
Okay.
In my opinion. Especially with your communication, you should be getting back to your clients, in my opinion, within 15 minutes tops. My phone is on my hip at all times. And I kind of want to move through my career with the intention of always being on call for my clients. I want 24/7 availability. Yeah. So if I even said to someone earlier this morning, if you want to see a house today, don't hesitate to reach out. Give me a call. I will move something around and we will go see the house. Yeah. Especially right now, because a lot of agents are putting deadlines on the offers. So it'll be like a week from now, offers are due. I'm like, all right, we got to get in there. Let's go see it. Let's get that offer in, and Yeah. So that's important. It's super important. And then the discipline part of it. Waking up every day and I know a lot of people talk about time blocking. So taking an hour a day, and maybe that means doing calls, follow-up calls. Another hour I put towards social media. And maybe another hour I'm doing showings. Another hour is an open house. So just making sure every week is taken up by a specific amount of hours of real estate.
So what does that day look like when you wake up, right? Tell me about that new day, because one of the things I hear a lot from agents, before I get into that question, it just made me think about this. They all say, I want to get into real estate because I want the freedom.
Yeah.
I want the time. I want to do whatever I want. And it's not like that. I'm finding, this is what it really is. It's your life.
Yeah.
It's another way of thinking, living. My son's 14 years old. He's nothing but real estate. He understands. I'm in the car. I'm taking calls. We drove down to New York the other day.
Yep.
I'm taking calls all the way down there. He knows everything about every transaction. It is what it is, right?
Yep.
And it becomes your world.
Yeah.
But it allows you to, if you want to go see, do something, you could all time manage it, time block it, all that good stuff like that. So now I think about your new work day. Mm-hmm. How does that work day look like for you now? Because I can imagine it's changed.
Yeah. It's so different every day. Like if I walk through what I did today, I woke up, I had a phone call with a client of mine. She got set up for emails of, houses that are in the criteria of what she's looking for. And then I came here. But on the drive here, I listened to a podcast related to real estate. So you're supposed to be constantly filling your mind with education. That's something Jim Roberts really put in our head during our trainings. Never stop learning in real estate. So even when I'm doing something non-real estate related, I'm still having something in the background that I can learn from. And then after this, I have a phone call with a possible buyer client. And then after that, I have a showing. And then that'll be after 5 p.m. And then I'll probably, while I'm cooking dinner tonight, watch another real estate podcast. So that's today, but every day's different. Since I started every weekend, try to do an open house. So I think I'm on like 6 in a row every weekend.
That's great.
Yeah, I try to do it Saturday and Sunday. So that's something huge to consider is, yes, you kind of make your own schedule, but be prepared to give up your weekends and your evenings and all that good stuff.
And you haven't been on vacation yet, but when you do go, the work goes with you.
Yeah.
It is what it is. What kind of habits are you trying to build early that's going to help you succeed?
Yeah, probably good communication. And I think something that's really lost in this world today is integrity. I try to move through anything I do work related with pride and integrity, and I've always been like that. So I think, maybe if I don't know the answer to something, being very upfront about that and being like, hey, I don't know this, but I have an amazing trainer and an amazing mentor that will give me all of the answers and more. And then, in this industry, you make a lot of mistakes when you start. So being honest about it is huge. So I think integrity is huge in this industry.
What motivates you every day?
I was just thinking about this because I'm reading the Keller Williams, the $1 Million Real Estate Agent book, and they talk about the why and what motivates you to get up and go. I feel like it's just for the younger me that when I was a kid, I was so shy, but I was a really, really smart kid. I just didn't know how to express that. And I had really poor socialization skills. I just wanted to crawl in a cave and never be seen. Yeah. And I feel like I kind of just broke out of that in the past year. So I feel like I'm doing it for my younger self in a lot of ways. Like I have all of the skills internally. I just never knew how to express them. So yeah, I think that's it. Also, another huge thing that kind of changed my life is this is going to be the most basic white girl thing ever.
Okay.
Just so you know.
I don't know.
I read The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so
because I'm not a white girl?
No. She's huge right now, though.
Okay, I don't.
But I read that, and it kind of changed my life. I know it sounds silly, but it's basically, the whole theory is let them think poorly of you, let them judge you, let them do this. And I feel like those two words really just kind of stood with me. Yeah. And it kind of reminds me of the quote, "Those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind." So when I really started getting into real estate and posting on social media, I really had to digest that. But yeah.
No, I think we kind of briefly talked about that. I just said, let that outside noise just go away. Yeah. Because, if you're doing really well, you're going to have haters. If you're doing really well, you're going to have people who love you. Yeah. It doesn't, if you're doing really poorly, people still hate you. People love it. Just put all those blinders out, focus on that goal, and just go at it, right?
But it's a scary process. I mean, when you start something brand new and then you have to put yourself out there, and the whole process is scary.
But isn't it scary if you don't do anything?
100%. It's worse.
So it's worse, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, waking up every day and going to my recruiting office job that I hate is a lot more scary than starting a real estate career. Yeah.
Yeah. So that could be like a little spark. Say, I'm not going to do that. That could just drive you in that way because people don't realize it. What do you want people to feel when they work with you?
Probably a stress-free process. I think a good real estate agent coordinates everything, makes it less overwhelming. They are the merger of all the communications between the attorneys, the appraiser, home inspector, the lender. and I would like to make the process fun again, especially for all of my first-time home buyers. And being that I'm 26, I think I'm going to be working with a lot of them. So I would just like to make it not as overwhelming, fun. Like, let's go view houses, find your dream house, and make it as easy as possible.
But you need a proper team, and I think that's going to help you out. Your experience working with your client right now, and her experience working with me. It's like, oh, okay, this is good, right?
Yeah.
This is what you want, because she feels like, I feel ready. I feel ready to go. But if you send her somewhere that just craps on them, and you're great, they don't care about that.
Yep.
So I think setting up the proper team goes a long way,
Yeah.
And it shows. So, all right, 1 year from now, how do you see success in 1 year?
So I've thought about goals as far as numbers of what I would like to hit. I think that kind of puts you in a box, though. So I'm trying not to fully focus on numbers and say, hey, I want to hit X amount of transactions by the end of the year. I guess I just want to stand by. I know that I put in my best energy and my best foot forward. And if I can stand with pride at the end of the year and say that I genuinely put my all into it, then I can feel good about myself.
Yeah. And if you hit that number, say $2 million you set for yourself, but you did it really unethically.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
For sure.
Or if you did it another way, that's a problem. So always giving it your best, right? Put your best foot forward and give it all. And if you gave it your all and this is what happened, you know what? Okay, what could I tweak up a little bit? What could I change, right?
Yeah.
So are you having fun today? It's not that bad, right?
No, this is great.
This is not too bad, right?
And actually going off of what you just said, I was just watching a podcast the other day. I forgot who it was, but they were talking about this idea of taking it to the end. Don't stop, especially when you're at your lowest, hardest point. Take it to the end. Yeah. And that also goes like for any career you have. Say you're a cashier at Walmart. Be the best cashier at Walmart anyone has ever seen. Yeah. Put your all into it. So that's kind of how I move through all this.
I see that a lot when I go to different places. And like, man, just give it your all and you see what happens after that. You know? And if you have that mindset for everything, you will succeed in anything you decided to do, right?
Yeah.
All right, I have some fun questions for you now. Okay, ready?
Yay.
Coffee or energy drink? Before like a showing and listing, what do you go for?
Coffee.
Okay, what kind of coffee?
I just get my coffee from Aldi's, and it's the most simple French press coffee, a little splash of cream. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. One word to describe real estate so far. One word.
Okay. Chaotic.
Okay, that's a perfect word.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Chaotic.
Chaotic. Okay. Biggest surprise so far in this business?
Yeah, definitely the friendliness and how other agents have come with open arms.
Okay.
Been really helpful.
Your dream place to sell a house?
Ooh, does it have to be in Buffalo?
No, it could be anywhere.
Oh my gosh, Hawaii.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, when I was down there when I was 18 years old, my roommate, one of my roommates, her mother was a real estate agent, and we went to her house. And first of all, owning a house in Hawaii you have to have money to own a house.
Absolutely.
And I remember sitting there as an 18-year-old and being like, what do you do for a living? And she's like, I sell real estate. I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. And she's like, but I worked really, really hard, and I worked like 70 hours a week every week for years straight. So it was super inspiring though, but that would probably be my dream place to sell a house. Okay. It would be such a full circle moment, All
right, I got last question. If real estate didn't exist, what would you be doing right now?
Ooh, probably just some sort of sales job.
Okay.
Yeah. I like things that are fast paced. I like to be on my feet.
Yeah.
I like fluctuating schedules. I like working with people. So some sort of sales job.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Okay.
Okay.
My number is 716-771-4544. My email is Leah Kruger, leah.realty@gmail.com. And then I have Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn. If you just type in Leah Kruger, I'll pop up.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
It's so cool.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.